But these robberies occurred in the Devonshire area, in a fairly confined area. And what we're looking at is trying to get information from the public and trying to find out if anyone saw anything earlier this weekend, Friday night into Saturday morning. And if they observed anything, we're asking them to come forward with any information they may have regarding this series of robberies in both 7-Eleven stores and local donut stores. So we think there's a possibility, because this was in a confined area, that it may be a suspect that may be a transit in the area, and we're asking the public for help. So I know there's a lot of concern regarding ongoing investigations in other areas of Southern California. I'm just going to say this right up front. That investigation is continuing as well. This may or may not be linked to that, but we're looking at this as possibly being someone local at this time. There is a possibility that this may be linked to other crimes, but those investigations will continue amongst the agencies, and they will continue cooperating on a larger scale across the Southern California region. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them if I can address them.
We understand there are pictures being released. Are those pictures of that suspect similar to what we saw at the 7-Eleven robbery?
So one of the issues that we're facing is our suspect, along with many of the other suspect photos, his face is completely obscured. So we can't really make out any details of the suspect's face. We're having the exact same problem. In terms of build and size, it's also very difficult to figure out if that person is exactly the same build and size. So that's part of the investigation. Those are things we're looking at. But we think the key to this investigation is going to be information from our local community, because there is a possibility this is a local transient.
Was there a weapon involved?
I'm sorry?
Was there a handgun involved?
There was a weapon involved. I'm sorry.
The pattern of how he actually works. How does he operate? Go in there. How fast is he in? How fast is he out? Threatens people, wave the weapon, what? So
I can't give out specific MO information. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think it's the same across the board. We have a suspect that may not necessarily be exhibiting the exact same MO.
Is San Fernando, Glendale, Burbank, are they joining in with you on this? Do we think this guy is bouncing to various areas around the valley?
So I can say this: we're always comparing notes. We suspect that the suspect that's being looked for at large was in the valley on a previous occasion earlier in the year. We are not linking that suspect today to this definitive series. We're still looking into it.
All right, so there you have it. Panorama City, their LAPD with that news conference about some robberies in that area. They do think it's a local person. We're going to check back in now on our top story, which is that manhunt that continues for an armed man suspected of killing 2 people and wounding 3 others while robbing several 7-Eleven stores across 3 Southern California counties. So here are the stores that have been hit, or where an employee or a shopper was killed, injured, or robbed: Ontario, then Upland, Riverside, and later Santa Ana, Brea, and La Habra.
Haley Winslow, she's been on the story for us today. She joined us now live from Brea with the latest on the search. Haley.
Yes, innocent lives lost, families that will never be the same. Here in Brea at this 7-Eleven, a growing memorial for 7-Eleven clerk Matt Hirsch, preparing to finally pursue his dreams. His friends say, "We lost an angel here on earth." He touched so many lives.
And Matthew was like the son I never had.
40-year-old Matthew Hirsch, known as the caretaker among his family and friends. At the 7-Eleven where he lost his life, shock, disbelief, sadness.
He might have been the shortest guy in the room, but he was always goofy, always. Yeah, and if he knew that you needed an extra push or an extra text every morning or something, he would always reach out.
Poor baby boy, you know, he was a little guy. He was my small fry. I always called him small fry, you know, because he loved McDonald's fries.
Hirsch dated Barbara Marquez's daughter.
They broke up about 7 years ago, and he met Kristen, and I was so happy he had somebody.
It's just senseless. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Investigators confirm this is the suspect responsible for at least 5 of the 6 7-Elevens hit. He's described as 5'10", about 160 pounds. Monday night wearing a dark hoodie and what looks like a gaiter hiding most of his face. The murderous crime spree started just after the clock strikes midnight on July 11th, or 7-Eleven. First, North Vine in Ontario. 40 minutes later, another armed robbery at a 7-Eleven in Upland. No one was hurt at the first two locations. Then, just before 2 a.m., La Sierra Avenue in Riverside. Police now say the same robber shoots a customer in the head and leaves him fighting for his life.
This is a dangerous killer out there right now, and the focus is to find him, identify him, find him, and apprehend him. While these investigations are still taking place, but we need to get this guy off the streets.
But police can't catch him, and the violent spree continues. 3:23 a.m., Santa Ana. Police find 24-year-old Matthew Rule's body in the 7-Eleven parking lot on East 17th. Investigators say the store was closed, so the gunman robbed Rule and then killed the customer. Less than an hour later, he strikes again, this time here in Brea, killing store clerk Matthew Hirsch. And just before 5 a.m. in La Habra, the robber shoots a clerk and another man. Both of them are expected to survive. Lives lost, others injured, loved ones distraught, all in exchange for some quick cash.
This gun violence really has to stop. They could have the money, but don't hurt my baby, you know, don't hurt Matthew. He was such a good person, you know. This is going on too long, you know, too much. I don't know what we could do to stop this. He's a beautiful person. The Lord has another angel in heaven.
Though nothing will bring back the lives lost, investigators fear it is only a matter of time before he hurts or kills someone else. If you have any information about who this suspect is, please call police right away. Reporting live in Brea, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
So senseless, so tragic. Haley, thank you so much. We are on top of this breaking news. A new indoor mask mandate for LA County appears to be inevitable as case numbers and hospitalizations climb to levels not seen in months.
Los Angeles County remains on pace to enter the high COVID-19 activity level as early as Thursday.